Have you ever stopped mid-breath and wondered why a simple smile from a stranger or an offhand remark from a friend could suddenly shift the entire course of your day? Imagine for a moment that life is an intricate tapestry woven from countless threads of chance encounters, quiet nudges, and subtle synchronicities. What if those fleeting moments, which at first seem insignificant, are actually signposts pointing you toward your true purpose? It all begins with curiosity. That tiny spark that makes you lean in, pay attention, and ask yourself, what if there's more to this? Perhaps you were scrolling through social media on a lazy Sunday morning when a story of someone who overcame tremendous odds caught your eye. Or maybe you bumped into an old classmate in the grocery aisle, and that brief reunion reignited your passion for a long-forgotten hobby. The world around us is constantly nudging us, guiding us toward opportunities for growth. But too often we brush those hints aside, dismissing them as coincidence. Think about the moments in your own life when you felt a pull strong enough to change direction, times when an idea struck you like lightning and you simply had to follow it, even if you weren't completely sure where it would lead. Those gut feelings, that inner whisper, are often the truest guideposts we have. In the book of Proverbs, it's written that trusting in the Lord with all your heart means acknowledging that His wisdom can illuminate our path beyond our own understanding. By tuning into that inner wisdom, whatever form it takes for you, you open yourself up to possibilities you might otherwise miss. I remember a time when I was at a crossroads in my career. I had spent years climbing what I thought was a ladder to success, checking off achievements on the way up, promotions, accolades, financial milestones. Yet despite those outward signs of accomplishment, something inside me felt hollow. I had lost sight of the joy and purpose that once fueled my ambitions. One afternoon, while waiting for a train, I began scribbling a list of things that truly brought me joy. Writing, connecting with people, exploring new places. As I wrote, the pages filled with memories of childhood dreams I had long forgotten. Travel writing, storytelling through video, using my voice to uplift others. That simple act of pouring my thoughts onto paper became a catalyst for transformation. It was an immediate shift. In fact, it took months of introspection, prayer, and experimentation before I dared to realign my career with those deeply held passions. But each step forward felt more authentic, more invigorating. I started volunteering to write blog posts for a local nonprofit, scripting short motivational videos, and taking courses on digital storytelling. Slowly, organically, doors began to open. An editor at a small digital magazine reached out, asking if I would contribute a feature story. A friend introduced me to a filmmaker who needed a writer. What had once felt like random chance was now revealing itself as a tapestry where every thread led back to that moment of curiosity on the train platform. Challenges inevitably surfaced along the way. There were days when bills piled up and doubts gnawed at my confidence. Yet each obstacle invited me to dig deeper, to lean into my faith and conviction that this path held meaning. When financial uncertainty threatened to derail me, I remembered a verse in Matthew, "Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." I asked myself what I valued more, the security of a predictable paycheck or the chance to invest my heart and energy into something that resonated with my core. Choosing faith over fear seldom feels comfortable, but often leads us exactly where we need to go. As your journey unfolds, you'll notice that growth rarely follows a straight line. It twists and turns, sometimes doubling back on itself, like a river seeking the path of least resistance. There may be seasons of abundance, where opportunities seem to bloom at every turn, and seasons of drought, when progress feels painfully slow. But remember, a seed that remains buried in the soil can never sprout. It's in the darkness, under layers of earth, that the seed gathers strength and nourishment. When the time is right, it pushes through the surface, reaching for the sun. Perhaps you experience your own seasons of drought, times when motivation waned, and you question whether you should even continue. In those moments, small habits can become lifelines. One day at a time, take a moment to jot down a small victory, a conversation that felt meaningful, a page written, a new skill learned. Over time, these tiny affirmations become a record of progress, proof that your efforts are not in vain. A morning meditation session, a brisk walk in the fresh air, even a short prayer. These practices anchor you, reminding you why you started and fueling you for the journey ahead. Spiritual traditions across the ages have recognized the power of ritual and reflection. From keeping a gratitude journal to practicing mindful breathing, these disciplines create pockets of calm in an otherwise hectic world. And when you combine these practices with sincere desire to grow, you invite a creative energy that transcends logic. Ideas start flowing, solutions to old problems emerge, and relationships deepen in unexpected ways. Storytelling, in particular, offers a powerful pathway to meaning. When you share your experiences, your failures, your insights, your triumphs, you create connections. A biblical parable isn't just a historical lesson. It's a timeless narrative that speaks to our shared human condition. Likewise, when you tell your story with honesty and vulnerability, you're offering others a mirror in which they can see their own struggles reflected. That shared resonance can spark hope, healing, and transformation. Take, for example, the ancient tale of David and Goliath. On the surface, it's a story about a young shepherd boy defeating a giant. But underneath, it's a powerful metaphor for overcoming the giants in our own lives, giant of fear, self-doubt, and external obstacles. By stepping forward with courage and faith, David demonstrated that even the most unlikely heroes can prevail. You, too, can find your slingshot moments, instances when you face your fears head-on, and emerge stronger on the other side. Alongside spiritual narratives, practical wisdom can light the way. Health, for instance, is often overlooked in the pursuit of productivity. Yet caring for your physical vessel ensures you have the stamina to chase your dreams. Incorporating simple habits, drinking enough water, prioritizing sleep, moving your body daily, lays a foundation for sustained creativity and focus. When you treat your body as a temple, you're not only honoring a sacred tradition, but also equipping yourself for the long haul. Nutrition, too, plays a crucial role. While it's easy to grab fast food on a busy day, taking the time to prepare nourishing meals can be an act of self-love. Foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and lean protein support cognitive function and emotional well-being. A brief morning ritual of blending fresh fruits, greens, and unsweetened yogurt into a smoothie can set a positive tone for the hours ahead. Simple changes, compounded over weeks and months, can transform how you feel and perform. As you cultivate both spiritual and physical wellness, you'll notice your creativity and resilience expanding. Suddenly, setbacks that once seemed devastating become minor detours. You adapt, problem solve, and move forward with renewed vigor. Each small upward spiral reinforces the next, creating a momentum that propels you closer to your vision. And what is that vision? At its heart, vision is more than a goal or a to-do list. It's a narrative you're continuously crafting with your choices, habits, and intentions. It's the legacy you leave in the hearts of those you touch. In essence, vision is the story you tell with your life. Without it, days slip by unnoticed, achievements ring hollow, and the spark of purpose dims. To clarify your vision, spend moments in reflection. Ask yourself, what brings me joy? What am I willing to struggle for? Which moments fill me with energy rather than drain it? By answering these questions honestly, you'll begin to see the contours of your unique calling. Perhaps it involves creativity, writing, painting, filmmaking, or service, mentoring, teaching, community organizing. Whatever form it takes, align your daily actions with that deeper purpose. Once you've glimpsed your vision, map out actionable steps. Break big dreams into bite-sized milestones. Enroll in a course, connect with a mentor, dedicate 30 minutes daily to practice. Celebrate each milestone, no matter how small. These celebrations are not frivolous. They reaffirm that progress is real and sustainable. They remind you that you're not alone on this journey, that there's a community cheering you on, whether it's friends, family, or the unseen forces of the universe. Community is a cornerstone of growth. We thrive in relationships that challenge us, support us, and hold us accountable, just as iron sharpens iron. Surrounding yourself with people who inspire and uplift you accelerates your own journey. Seek out mentors who walk a similar path, peers who share your aspirations, and beginners who benefit from your insights. In this web of relationships, wisdom circulates freely. If you're hesitant to reach out, remember that every expert was once a beginner. A simple message, "I admire your work and would love to learn from your experience," can open doors. Vulnerability breeds connection. When you admit that you don't have all the answers, you invite others to step in and share their knowledge. This collaborative spirit not only expands your toolkit, but also reveals new paths you might never have discovered alone. At times, you'll be called to step outside your comfort zone, to leap before you fully feel ready. That leap might be pitching a project, auditioning for a role, or sharing your work online. It might feel terrifying, and that's precisely why it's worth doing. Growth seldom happens in the safety of routine. It blossoms when we embrace uncertainty and trust that the foundations we've laid, our habits, our vision, our community, will hold us. As your story unfolds, keep an eye out for recurring themes. Maybe certain ideas keep popping up in books you read, conversations you have, or dreams you dream. Those recurring threads are signposts from your inner compass. Pay attention. Journal about them. Ask yourself, why does this matter? What is it asking me to do? Often, you'll find that those themes point directly to your next chapter. And when doubt creeps in, as inevitably will, turn to sources of inspiration. That might be revisiting a favorite parable or poem, listening to the testimonies of people who walked a similar road, or immersing yourself in nature's quiet majesty. In Psalm 19, it said that the heavens declare the glory of God, and the skies proclaim the work of his hands. Watching a sunset, walking through a forest, gazing at the stars, these moments remind us of a larger story, one in which our individual journeys are threads in a grand design. Remember, purpose isn't a final destination. It's an ongoing dance between listening and acting, between faith and effort. Even when the path twists and veers, your inner compass, shaped by reflection, faith, and experience, keeps you oriented. Every season offers lessons, resilience in hardship, gratitude in abundance, patience in waiting, and boldness in action. So I invite you, in the quiet of tonight or the bustle of your morning routine, to lean into curiosity. Ask yourself, what's calling me? What small step can I take today toward the life that fills me with meaning? Maybe it's sending that email you've been mulling over, signing up for a workshop, or simply carving out 15 minutes to journal. Whatever it is, trust that the murmur of your heart matters more than the noise of doubt. Life's tapestry is vast and intricate, and every thread you weave matters. The smile you offer, the story you share, the risk you take, all contribute to a ripple effect that extends far beyond what you can see. By embracing curiosity, nurturing your well-being, and taking intentional action, you become an active co-creator of your destiny. Now, take a deep breath and let this be your invitation to step forward. The next moment in your story holds promise, and the threads you choose to weave today will shape the masterpiece of tomorrow. Thank you for joining me on this journey of exploration and growth. See you in the next video.